right, Jay, thanks. And now to a story our I-team has been tracking for several months. We're one day away from a major groundbreaking in Toledo, a new YMCA in the heart of the central city. But new documents uncovered by the I-team show it's been difficult trying to get the money to pay for it.
This is the project comes in significantly more expensive than originally thought. I-team reporter Sean Haggerty back on this story live with what those documents say. Sean?
Yeah, Lee, and what you heard for several months leading up to the ideas being kicked around and ultimately planned for the new Wayman Palmer YMCA. Would it happen, and would this neighborhood get what it was promised? The renderings make it look amazing. A new Wayman Palmer YMCA built on the current site of the Inez Nash Park, and it wouldn't be cheap. This news release from September of 2021 calls it a $21 million project. In August, we learned the project ballooned to $28.9 million. New documents obtained by the 13 Action News I-team show that deficit had the city scrambling. In 2021, the city laid out a few plans, including a mix of federal recovery dollars, private donations, and a federal loan. Another called for it fully funded by federal recovery dollars. The city eventually pledged $19 million of its recovery dollars. This year, as the city started to see the estimates climb closer to $29 million, the city looked to Washington. As part of an earmark application, several community organizations were asked for letters of support to help get a $2 million request via Senator Sherrod Brown's office. The city was also very careful with its community development block grant dollars for a new Y. In this March email, as the development director inquired about funds for something else, the director of housing and community development wanted to keep those funds, saying, quote, "The growing Wayman Palmer gap is an emergency." All part of the, quote, escalating costs well above $21 million currently committed. Eventually, the city went the route of new market tax credits and did so after approaching several area banks, that includes Huntington and Fifth Third, for help. A third party was eventually selected to secure the credits as people started to get creative, including this idea from the YMCA president and CEO Brad Toft, suggesting to the city in 2021 that the city giving the Y the construction costs. Have the Y get the new market tax credits, the city would own the land, and then have a ground lease, then sells the city the Y in default for $1. The city very clearly responding, "I don't think there's any path that works if the city is not the owner." An application still needs to be made for those new market tax credits. If for some reason that doesn't happen, the city is planning to use its future allotments of those community development block grant dollars to make the project happen, Lee.